We do not want your American Union. We do not want your European Union. We wish to live in peace and be free.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashton, and today we're talking about a personal hero of mine, Alex Jones. As we all know, within a few hours, InfoWars was stripped from nearly every single social media platform. Apple, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, even Pinterest. Now we all know why this is wrong. Even the people who despise Alex Jones know this is wrong. It's an unjust act against freedom of speech, different ideas and opinions. But I'm not here to tell you what you already know. I'm here to tell you why this attack on Alex Jones specifically is extremely important. The majority of the world sees Alex Jones as, well, a loony, a nutjob, a crazy person, a conspiracy theorist. Many of these names labeled onto him based on his wild character. And yes, many of the things he says, the audience takes out of context.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Serious crap. I'm sick of being social engineered. It's not funny.
These animals that we know are genetic males have been exposed to atrazine for their entire life. And many of these genetic males now are turning into females. You can see he's got eggs that kind of look like they're in a sack. These are actually yolked eggs ready to be laid.
But this crazy character everybody wants to make fun of and slander and now silence is the most important cultural and political figure of our time. And his influence, even his foes cannot deny, is essential. November 8th, 2016, Donald J. Trump was elected President of the United States.
Donald J. Trump is now President of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president. And Mr. Trump, for the moment.
A win that literally no one could fathom on the left and the right. Even Donald Trump's own supporters were completely shocked. One of the biggest figures in that election, Alex Jones from InfoWars, who dedicated 2 years prior of his entire career to supporting Trump.
I just want to finish by saying your reputation's amazing. I will not let you down. You will be very, very impressed, I hope. And I think we'll be speaking a lot, but you'll be looking at me in a year or 2 years. Let's give me a little bit of a time to run things. But a year into office, you'll be saying, wow, I remember that interview. He said he was going to do it, and he did a great job. You'll be very proud of our country.
The future president of the United States that he believed would take down the very establishment that Alex Jones has been fighting against for 2 decades. Now, as we all know, whether you like Trump or not, he is a popular icon in politics, calling out the mainstream media.
I'm changing it from fake news, though.
Doesn't that undermine...
Very fake news.
I know, but aren't you...
Going after the corrupt intelligence agencies.
Donald Trump likened them to Nazis in an early morning tweet and later at his first post-election news conference. Mr. Trump accuses them of leaking potentially damaging, unproven, and he says false allegations about him.
Ridiculing Obama's Iran deal and Bush's many stupid wars. And of course, the many lies of Hillary Clinton.
You know, it's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
But long before Donald Trump was involved in politics, Alex Jones took it a step even further, revealing the dark and corrupt deep state as it is. Today, I'm going to show you what makes Alex Jones an international voice for freedom.
I'm Alex Jones, and I'm a radio and television host based in Austin, Texas.
Come clean about a mass murder and using high-level special operations killers to kill Americans for publicity.
Shouldn't we abolish the Federal Reserve and the CFR? That's the real reality.
The centralization of power, the move towards world government, the attack on the nation state, self-defense, the Second Amendment, family values.
I'm animated. I'm alive. My heart's big. It's got hot blood going through it fast.
And for many years I've been exposing the criminal activities of the global elite, also known as the New World Order.
The communists are a bunch of murdering scum worldwide, and George Soros is a Nazi collaborator funding these organizations trying to bring in total tyranny.
This is their plan, people. These are demons. Just like the Bible says.
Oh my God. Oh my God, we're being invaded by South American war racists.
Is that joke? What is that? What is that? What is Hitler? What is Stalin? What is Mao? What is all this stuff?
The media watches us so closely, they went, Jones is scared. He removed this video of her. She's destroyed by this woman who's a genius. The woman can hardly talk.
People of the planet are free. Humans, since the beginning of civilization, have struggled against tyranny. We do not want your American Union. We do not want your European Union. We wish to live in peace and be free.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? It's crap.
They have sexual rituals, some of the most ancient Egyptian rituals, where they believe they are possessed by entities.
So you go with your father forever. And that's hell. Separation from God.
You should understand this is all about wearing mustaches and acting tough. I mean, it's literally a big joke. It's like a 5-year-old dressing up in an army outfit. These are children.
And so the media chooses what they're going to cover and what they're not going to cover. And I do think this is the new face of investigative journalists, or at least one side of it. The problem is still the dominant corporate media is able to spin this information in any direction that they wish.
Again, I was on television saying that bin Laden's a CIA asset, looks like he'll attack New York. Saying, call Washington, tell them to call off the attack.
If any terrorism comes, it's from this government. And if there was an outside threat like a bin Laden, who was a known CIA asset in the 80s, running the Mujahideen war, whose family builds all the military bases over in Saudi Arabia right now, sits on the board of Iridium Satellite. He's the boogeyman they use in this Orwellian phony system.
Bilderberg was founded by Nazis with the CIA and British intelligence at the end of World War II with a plan to take over the world.
We are hijacking their system at a level that they can't shut down and exposing the crimes that they've been committing.
I was 13 years old when I first found Alex Jones. I wanted to be part of this movement that took down government secrecies and revealed establishment lies and fought against the evils of a new world order. I wanted to be Alex Jones. At 15 or 16, I started making my own videos.
I watched this movie on Nazi Germany in school, like last year, and they were collecting, they were going around like doing the census that they do every year. And they're asking people like, are you Jewish, and like blah blah, like how old are you, and so they're taking all information down. That's basically what Facebook is doing. That's what the internet is doing. See all these people who are associated with the internet go to Bilderberg, which is this very it's for very powerful, and it's for very powerful people who want to basically put a new world order of one currency, one language, one yada yada yada. That's basically going to force everyone to be exactly the same.
At 17, my high school teacher brought up Snowden and asked the class to critically think about whether he was an American traitor or an American hero. Now, Snowden had sold our information to Russia and China prior to revealing it to the public, and for that reason, I said he was an American traitor. However, that following evening, I was rather curious to wonder why she brought up Snowden and not, say, Julian Assange. Now remember, this is 2013. Julian Assange had been imprisoned for about a year in the Ecuadorian embassy in the UK, for giving out government information to the public for free. So why wasn't my teacher talking about him? The next day I asked my teacher about Julian Assange, since we talked about Snowden the day prior. She said we were no longer talking about the subject and we needed to move on. But it makes you think. If the government is willing to hold Julian Assange hostage for giving out information that should have been public to the people, who else are they willing to censor for speaking their mind? Like Alex Jones. Alex Jones was one of the first people to go after the Federal Reserve. In 1999, Alex Jones confronted George Bush as governor of Texas and called him out for his association with the Fed. They arrested him within seconds.
Shouldn't we abolish the Federal Reserve and the CFR? That's the real reality that none of you will talk about, and most of you are members. That's what's destroying this country, Governor. Don't you stand for America, sir? What about the Federal Reserve and the CFR? You people are being lied to. This country's been taken over by Europe, and I'm being drug out. Laugh at it.
Never mind the fact the Federal Reserve has been robbing Americans since 1913 and could essentially lead us to one currency and a tyrannical communist regime. When Alex Jones broke into the Bohemian Grove and got footage of what was a satanic cult of our most established elite, they called him crazy.
There for the ceremony with the cremation of care?
Frankly, I don't think that's something I need to talk to you about.
Really?
That's right.
Well, I'm Alex Jones, and I snuck in there in 2000. I'm the guy that blew it wide open and got the video. It's been on national TV.
Well, I disrespect you for that.
You do?
I do.
But it's a lot of big public officials going in there. Don't we deserve to know?
You took I don't know anything about you, and I don't know anything about your film. But if you go in there with an understanding, you violated that understanding by releasing that film, and I don't respect you for that.
Really? But we have public officials.
I'm sorry. You took an understanding when you went in there that you would not do that film. And did you have an understanding when you went in there?
No.
Did you crash it?
Yes.
Yeah, and it has no trespassing signs there too, doesn't it?
No, they put them up after.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. I've been there before. I know what the circumstances are, and I'm sorry you violated the understandings. That was not a gentlemanly thing to do.
But what about the ritual? Is the ritual genuinely?
Alleged pedophile rings tied to the same elite who happened to attend this retreat? You don't say. Not to mention the same elite who attend this retreat, their pockets are filled with the abortion industry and Hollywood, guilty of sex cults, rape, a casting couch, and pedophilia. When Alex Jones investigated the New World Order, he was called a conspiracy theorist.
We do not want your American Union. We do not want your European Union. We wish to live in peace and be free.
It also came out in mainstream news just today. It's up on prisonplanet.com that they are doing all sorts of other restrictions on free speech all over Europe right now. And the police got caught, as we said, it was clear from watching the video, posing as protesters, attacking other people for news cameras, and then showing IDs and slipping back into police lines.
Yeah, which happens at every major global summit now. With the free speech, the EU's also attempted to basically ban the internet. They called it a dangerous and unregulated blogosphere.
Now we are witnessing British politicians back down on their own citizens' independence from the EU. The EU, based on what was the European movement, founded by Joseph Redinger, also co-founder of Bilderberg. Not to mention a clear fascist regime that comes with a one-world government. Adolf Hitler had one agenda in mind when his empire grew. It wasn't so different cultures and communities can live together peacefully and happily. It was so his preferred type of society can kill off the others. If we were to allow a new world order, we'd be essentially letting a one dictatorship system decide what we can say, what religion to follow, and even what races are fit for the new world. When Alex Jones warned us of the intelligence agencies, everyone called it fear-mongering.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You don't stand up for the Constitution, you stand for zip, not a zero. You have no calm aplomb. It's false, my friend. And let me tell you, a lot of people are writing down your names. You can follow people around, you can harass people, you can back up your bankster buddies. But a revolution of peaceful information's coming, and when it comes time, you people are going to be brought to punishment.
Never mind the fact the intelligence agencies have been committing treason against the American people since the beginning.
Bulletin, this is from the United Press from Dallas. President Kennedy and Governor John Connally have been cut down by assassins' bullets in downtown Dallas. They were riding in an open automobile when the shots were fired. The president, his limp body carried in the arms of his wife Jacqueline, has rushed to Parkland Hospital.
When Alex Jones dared to question if the mainstream media was using mass shootings as a means for political motives, people twisted his words, lied about what he said, and called him a fraud. Now we are seeing teenagers being put on a pedestal created by CNN, advocating for more government control and the takeaway of the right to protect yourselves.
When they give us that inch, that bump stock ban, we will take a mile. We are not here for breadcrumbs, we are here for real change.
As terrifying and awful as this is, there's a small silver lining. That tomorrow, the young leaders of tomorrow are extraordinary people like you.
Fun fact, people, the mainstream media on both sides, left and right, politicize everything. Of course, people like Anna Kasparian from Young Turks would constantly remind people how awful Alex Jones is for his conspiracies on mass shooting. Never mind the fact that she's the daughter of Armenian immigrants whose grandparents lived through Armenian genocide. But who does Anna Kasparian work for? A literal Armenian genocide denier.
Okay. Oh, the Armenians were marched out. Why? Did they decide to up and leave? No, they were marched out because the Turkish government at a bare minimum, or the Ottoman government at the time, at a bare minimum allowed it, made it happen, etc.
Yeah.
What did they just decided to leave their homes? No, but it's because we're Turkish. No, we have to defend it and not admit it. Of course, they're not there anymore.
And yet Alex Jones is the fraud.
Get off the stage, you fat fuck! She strikes me as someone who's actually trying to make a very serious and very terrible statement about overweight people, and it's the classic bullying move where you want to feel better about yourself, so you look to someone and pick on their imperfections to feel good about yourself. Someone that cares about you tells you like, hey, let's get healthy together. It's not fat shaming. You know, fat shaming is pointing a finger at you and being like, you're get off the stage, you fat fuck, fat fuck, fat fuck, fat fuck.
And yet Alex Jones is the fraud. Alex Jones said social media was stealing our information and collecting data. Everyone said he was manic. And now they're censoring all of us. The true nature of social media is finally coming to light. It was never about sharing moments and ideas like they said it was. Instead, a set of algorithms that watch us, document us, and decide who's worthy. Alex Jones is the heart, soul, and beginning of the anti-establishment movement. He's been fighting for us, and it's time we fight for him. It is time we fight the lies, the slander, the hypocrisy, and all those who try to censor us. It is time we take back what is ours. Our voices, our ideas, our dreams, our souls. Because this isn't just a fight for InfoWars. This is a fight for America, the entire world. If you truly want to take down big government, you will stand for Alex Jones and all that he has done. I want everyone out there to let Facebook, YouTube, and everyone else know that you're not just on Alex Jones' side, you're on freedom's side. He won't let Big Brother take it away. Much as you try to bury it, the truth is out there. Greater than your lies, the truth wants to be known. It will come for you just as come for me, faster than the speed of light. Agent Fox William Mulder. Now, I know X-Files is science fiction, but unfortunately, it seems science fiction is coming true. Bradbury told us of the burning of books. Only now, instead of a burning, we see the words of authors stripped away from public education and information tainted by a one-thought media. Some of these books are the very ones that warned us of what's happening right now. Orwell warned us of the thought police that would come for our opinions. Now they manage every thought, opinion, and idea from behind a screen, awarding good behavior with likes and retweets and hearts to feed our aesthetic-driven egos. Alan Moore warned us of an establishment that would make different dangerous. All those who dare speak out against the mainstream media, the intelligence agencies, the rich and powerful, the very government that wants to control us, are deemed crazy and fascist and bigot and untrustworthy and conspiracy theorists. But I don't see an end. I don't see a dictatorship in the horizon, because I know we will not stand for this. Those whose forefathers and ancestors fought against the same tyranny. This is merely a battle and a lifelong war of what is against the establishment. We the people will not burn books. Instead, we will educate ourselves to think differently and think beyond what they tell us to think. We the people will not silence ourselves. Instead, we will speak louder than ever, because together we are far more greater than a machine. And we the people will forever have red roses and forever apologize to no one. My name is Ashton, love thy country, hate thy government. Be seeing you.
That Paul Watson said, hey, this young lady's an interesting reporter. She's coming to South by Southwest. You ought to let her be a guest reporter for a day. And I said, sure. I guess Ashton Whitty's her name. I've only met her once briefly. Very nice lady. Like she's like 20-something years old. Finally watched it, and Ashton Whitty, I guess I ought to try to hire her. She did a great job.